on.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Swim.
They try the left side here with Williams, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
To throw is Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bennett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Second and 10. Bennett now to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a 1st down.
Bennett to the air on 1st and 10. That's down the field for Jefferson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that really mess up your averages.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
1st down, Rams.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Bennett fakes a handoff, now to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring it down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake, it's Bennett. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break
under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
First down, Murray towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. The Cardinals had 5 and 6 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Bennett now on play action. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Williams running left. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. On the move to his left. Murray with a nice move. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Cardinals 7, Rams nothing.
Murray going to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Murray. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Byron Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen. So,
touchdown! Zach Pascal, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cards go up by 2 touchdowns.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Escaping the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Bennett now. Connecting with Cup here on the out route. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
1st and 10. Here's Bennett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Bennett here out of the shotgun. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off play action. Here's Bennett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3rd drives the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Go. Hey, shift.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. on play action. It's Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Moore, the man in motion. Now Murray off play action. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Brings up second and 20 at the 45-yard line.
Big Ace open. Hey, Ace. Stop.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Evans will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Again, it'll be Evans. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Zach Evans, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are back within a score. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
It's the score, Cardinals 14, Rams 10. Tanner Brown to kick off for the Rams.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. A short one here, caught by McBride. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Hey. Move.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Hey, Ace.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Matt Prater on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Bennett, one final shot before the half. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. And Bennett will look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll go for it. Here's Bennett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Bennett looking to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
To throw is Bennett. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Big ace, big ace.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Able to get this one to McBride. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 36. That one goes for 24 yards. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
That's one. Shit.
Now Murray again. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Byron Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing here on 3rd, Bennett. He's going to go up top again. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Murray now on 1st down. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
First down, Rams.
Bennett here out of the shotgun. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A little juke. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down throw coming from Bennett. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. And remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And I'll tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to McBride. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Prater's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Bennett. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd down. Now Bennett. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Remember, the one timeout still available as they come up 1st and 10. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. The Rams is going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's first and goal. Back to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for two.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Point after here coming up. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
Tanner Brown to kick off for the Rams.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
This is first and 10. To throw is Murray. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's inside the 20. There are no flags. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And an amazing return wins it in OT. Hard-fought game through 4 quarters gets us into overtime, and then you can't even catch your breath and realize you're in overtime, and the return of the ball game's over.
Absolutely amazing what we got to see because we're setting up all those different scenarios as we go to overtime. Do you take the ball, right? What do you do with the coin toss? Where are you going to play? How are you going to do it? And that takes it all out of our hands, doesn't it? A bolt of a return that ends the ball game.
How often do coaches talk, Charles, about that third phase? And here the third phase was the difference.
No doubt. And what I also think about is when you get to overtime, fatigue has to play a factor in it. And if you use a lot of guys who are frontline players on special teams, sometimes they run out of gas.
So for the Cardinals, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for L.A., we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.